Yeah.
Let's spend no more time wondering about what could be. Let's reveal our first game of the day. As you mentioned, we have 2 streams running, so there's tons of CSGO to go. Enterprise versus 777 over on the other stream, CCT_EN2. We'll be updating you throughout the day as our results come in. But Sanctuary, let's get things started.
Yeah, early aggression from Apeks around Banana, although not too deep. They don't want to get spotted just yet. They want to just get close to range, surprise them if AVANGAR goes for any move, and now they're pushing in with a flash.
It's a good first hit to Apeks. Again, doing a nice job, but still running into Finnegan. That's the 2 heavy hitters against each other from the very first moments of the match. Gonna feel pretty good to know that you've locked down a kill on the opposing ace.
Yeah, indeed. It's such a key kill to get, because if you go down there, Apeks has full control over the B side. Now it's still a 4-on-4, and Apeks need to reconsider what they're gonna do. And they all seem to move towards A, where AVANGAR has 2 players ready. Icy though might be in trouble.
Icy around the corner doesn't quite manage to get that damage through in time. Gadio, we've seen them do great things before, but now they'll just be a pile on the ground. Finnegan stepping up for the squad, but only gets 1 and 0 coming in from the B site. Looks like they're going to try it, but 1 versus 3, we shouldn't expect too much.
Yeah, well-timed flash here, so Finnegan ends up only getting a 2nd kill for his team. Feels like knowing that he has been the strong performer on AVANGAR generally. He had a good shot at dealing much more damage there if the flash wouldn't have been in place. And he needed to, because the rest of his team, they got shut down without even a chance to get a kill, and so does Zero. Didn't really have a good chance. He just had a diffuse kit, he had no Kevlar, so the aim punch also coming in. Normally when you have a Kevlar, you actually have like a good shot at getting those kills. Because the aim punch is not going to be there, and in long range you just get the taps on the head. But nope, that's not going to happen. Apeks picking up the first round, and that's something, of course, we will expect you throughout this map, that Apeks is going to get a dominant win, but also just feel like AVANGAR, they have a lot of room to surprise us.
It's going to be tough. Apeks coming into this round, every single member.
Uh-oh! Wait, they did it last time as well. It was the AVANGAR, right? I'm pretty sure against Zero Nation, they did it the same thing, so...
Well, this is the problem, of course. You know, when you're playing matches on stream, as all of our teams are, we've talked about how strategies have a kind of a limited shelf life in a given game. AVANGAR, they've got their Ubermech built up here, but I don't know if Apeks, if they've watched back the previous game, if they're ever going to walk in here just not knowing what's going on from AVANGAR.
Yeah. I mean, this is where I also wonder... because the matches are, you know, day by day and they play every day, how much analysis do they do? Because they can just get demos on HRTV, for example, or just watch the VODs. So that's what I'm asking myself. Like, did they know about the strat, or are they now just running into it confidently and just shut them all down with only Knock going down? That's the big question mark here. Which I genuinely wonder, not only for Apeks, but for all the teams. How much stratting do they actually do for these stages, considering they play every day?
Well, I mean, yeah, that's going to be one of the things that makes a big difference for these orgs, is how much support stuff they have to do the extra work between days that the players don't need to worry about. I mean, you know, at this stage of the competition, there's $3,000 on the line for any team that can make it through to the playoff stages in the top 8. We've already had a lot of our invited teams start to dominate. Most of our qualified teams are invited teams, as Jake M picks up another. And we've got a threat of 4 more of our invited teams are in position to move forward as well.
Yeah, and it's Finnegan who's going down. At least they managed to trade the player. So
Finnegan's the only player on AVANGAR who's gotten any kills so far.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He also got 1 in the round last round before going down. But Icy finally being able to pick up a kill changes that. Apeks moving up towards Banana. Now you look at the minimap. AVANGAR, they feel like they've shown their presence on A and locked it down, so they're expecting Apeks to go towards B here.
And Cillian finds 2 barely surviving AVANGAR. They have got the rifles in place. Fossil
We have seen forZe do some pretty impressive stuff. Now they're called upon to take on nearly a whole team, but they can't do it. Zico down very low, but cannot be dropped. Vanguard going to have to be satisfied with just the single kill. The plant goes in, and Kedio does not want to leave the A site.
Yeah, it's just gonna hold on to his gun. Pretty sure Asilian was playing anti-flash there, they were ready for it. So AVANGAR with a nice try there on Banana to try to retake control and gain some information, but it backfired. And Asilian.
This is a little bit more like what we would be expecting from Apeks, you know, to have these very strong early rounds. You mentioned before, you know, the returning finalists. They should be tearing through the opposition, even if it hasn't gone quite that way so far.
Yeah, indeed. But I feel like the team generally, looking at the roster, they have a very, very high ceiling. But just feeling like the consistency isn't there yet. But the potential for sure is. And if you know how the games are going, you can of course go onto our partner's website, the Pinnacle site, tab.gg/winter. You can also see the link in the chat as well. That's much easier. Always gotta tell you, just click the link in the chat. Because I mean, to be fair, that link is quite easy to type in. So, but yeah. If you're feeling lazy early in the morning, then you can do that. If you want a challenge, just type it in yourself.
Vanguard going to be throwing down the challenge themselves, as yes, our over 18 fans, only for Pinnacle. Please prepare responsibly. Icy going to be coming in from the side, one of the few players to pick up a kill from Vanguard so far. It is 3v3 right now. Vanguard haven't managed to get access to any of that dropped weaponry because they're coming in from the CT approach. You can see number 7 Nork is covering any kind of banana approach, so Vanguard are back to the back of sight, hoping to find someone to pick up before the fight really begins.
Retake coming through, but there's no defuse kits. They know they need to move fast, and you can see the pressure on them. JChem having no problem shutting them down. And Vanguard, they just felt the pressure moving fast into the side. And you could see it. Apeks now 4-0. And what's really interesting about these rounds is often AVANGAR, like the early start is going fine for them. They never get an advantage, but they always are able to trade, and then it's quite even. But then Apeks, when it comes to mid rounds, or even like I wouldn't even necessarily call it mid rounds, but the decisions right after these early kills are coming through, often like just favor them, and they have a better read on the situation and play it better together. So as soon as they get the information or gain some kind of information from AVANGAR, they're using it smartly to control the rest of the round so well.
All right, Apeks so far unstoppable. AVANGAR coming in with their full weaponry. Their utility is pretty light. Finnegan gonna lurk there with Cadio. They're going to go all in, and they do get paid off for the first kill onto JChem. That's going to be worth quite a lot, but it won't stop the plant from being made. Apeks now in great position to try and force back AVANGAR, who desperately need to get into this game.
Yeah, finding a round where they get a player advantage, although the bomb is planted, that might relieve some pressure and get them going onto the side. But this nade is huge. The retake needs to be attempted now. They have a defuse kit on KDO already.
Icy and Cadio going to be the first ones onto site. Number 3, number 5, filling in, and N0 coming in from the north. Cadio is gone, and Zillion is opening up. 2 back for the Vanguard squad. It's down to N0, 2 versus 1. Zico, last one standing, but time has run out. Apeks will get the round. AVANGAR get the closest they've been so far.
Yeah, very, very close, but yet it still felt so far due to the strong early defense there from Apeks, not allowing AVANGAR to get close to the bomb. And even if you then get close and kills and end up with one player surviving on each side. The time was the major issue there. AVANGAR, the only silver lining from this round they can tell themselves about is, hey, we got an early kill. We can manage to have a better early round, and maybe they can play around this when the bomb isn't going down this early. Although, in this round now, they end up playing a bit more passive. They have a player in Apeks on the A side to keep control around there, but there won't be any kills coming in anytime soon.
And Zero gonna hold as best they can there with forZe. Apeks fishing around for a kill, but not finding anything so far, avoiding getting hit by any big grenades as they delivered out to AVANGAR last time round. And Zero is creeping forward. I don't know if they know that JChem is there. No, they don't. And Zero is now gone. And the B site is in peril. Immediately, smokes come out, filling it with some fire and flame. They have got coming in from the back, Icy. But forZe is gone, and this round is already over.
That was very, very weird. The synergy there on AVANGAR's side, non-existent. I'm not sure if they wanted to flash a player in, what the play is, because you can also check the minimap on where exactly JChem got this first entry kill on the B side, and it was the player being out in the open, and no chance to actually get the refrag there. So that's why it is kind of weird.
Apeks hunting AVANGAR.
Well, they have 5-0. They have a lot of money, so no problem for them to go for it. It's the initial kill, but now Apeks knows where the players are.
They do go in, but they lose 2 kills in the process. JChem gets 1 back, and I don't know, but I've seen it so many times when teams decide to push their luck when they're ahead. I guess they do that little bit more economic damage, but at least for this round, we will have AVANGAR able to buy up once again and also throw in a decent amount of utility. I have to think partially thanks to those kills they picked up at the end.
Yeah, although JChem got 1 more kill, and that 1 kill is key, because it denies AVANGAR another M4. So it weakens their economy a fair bit, while Apeks economy, yes, they have to rebuy a lot, but it's still fine, and they are, of course, coming in thinking, we're gonna keep winning those rounds, especially through this 1 kill we got. So overall, we gotta see if it's worth it, because AVANGAR, if they want to make it worth it, that they just picked up these few kills, they need to string a few rounds together, but they need to do so either way if they want to stay in this game on Inferno and not make it about the next lap.
I mean, certainly Apeks, they've got enough money in the bank to absorb a few losses already, though that hasn't as yet happened. But I'm going to be left down in mid as Apeks will creep up Banana. This time, forZe is the only one there to defend. If Apeks realize, they're going to be all over the B side, and the round will be over again straight away.
Yeah, that's very, very dangerous. AVANGAR had a bit of a feeling that this is going to be an A hit, but it absolutely isn't. KDO, can he get the kill? Oh, that is bad news, because that might force rotation back towards A. Now the smoke's coming in on B, so AVANGAR is still having a fair read on this one, especially if Apeks commits. They kind of need to at this point. 30 seconds left, so they go for the push.
On the other side of the smoke, forZe hits the blind shot and gets a second as well. This could be the round where Apeks finally stumble. Nork and Seiko, last one standing. We have gotten Zero coming in from the back. They're not going to be able to cover, so they must go forwards. Time is running out. Seiko does get 1 back, but drops AVANGAR. It took a long time indeed. They're finally in the action.
Yeah, strong, confident round by them, and that is very, very important. After they got those few kills in the previous rounds before the time was running out, they now finally pick up their own win and set sails towards maybe even a winning streak. I mean, they kind of need to go for that. Although Apeks seemed a bit disjointed, and I think the issue was that Stiku got a kill on the A side while they were already committed onto the B side, and they seem to be hesitant. 30 seconds left, what do we do? Do we go back on A? We just got an entry there, but we want to commit towards B, and I think that's why they also were so disjointed when they pushed towards the side, but this could come back to haunt them, because now JChem, the best fragging member on Apeks, already down.
KDO finds another. AVANGAR are suddenly back to form. Even if Apeks could afford to buy up for this round, the money starts to look a little bit more shaky. Nort gets the first kill in for Apeks, but they're down to a single member. The shoe is very firmly on the other foot as we come to the end of the round. Of course, we do have a few partners we want to let you guys know about while we wait for the action to resume. Extrafy, the peripheral manufacturer for all of your mouse, keyboard, headset needs. We're wearing their headsets right now and they're very comfortable indeed. Please use the code WINTER10 to check them out, as Nort's going to check out and find nobody looking to get picked off by the orb.
Yeah, AVANGAR knows their economy still quite low, and they want to stack it up by keeping 4 players alive. Nog here, on the other hand, probably considering to keep the orb. And looking at the money of him and the rest of the team, he will be fine. He has a lot of utility, Kevlar, and the orb. And they could go for a buy in the next round, so it's quite risky by him to even try to do something here.
Yeah,
he's
he
gonna
loses
get taken down.
it. Cadio is, your loss is my gain. Ropes across, and no, did they manage to sneak it away then? I'm not sure they did. But either way, the AWP comes out of the hands of our friends who had otherwise had a ton of money.
Yeah.
Apeks, those odds starting to swing just a little bit. And honestly, I think they're going to start swinging more. These are some very confident rounds from a Vanguard team who have been taking some heavy body blows in the early going.
Yeah, definitely very questionable here. If Nog should have tried that, he could have also just retreated and hoped that they don't hunt him down, which is also very unlikely. But now AVANGAR, you can see in the previous round and now in this one, they are feeling it. They're playing much more aggressive and confident around it. And Apeks, they need to go for a semi-buy, but it got shut down so early, so it's going to be very tough for them to make this one work already, while AVANGAR also at the same time, they were able to pick up this orb off Nog, which is just huge for the money too. It's massive. They don't need to buy an orb themselves. They have it ready now, and as long as they keep it, they also have it ready without investing anything for the next round, where Apeks is going to buy up again. So that is very, very huge here for AVANGAR, although now Video is going to get smoked off. Throwing in the Molotov. 1 minute left. Players thinking about going for an A push.
forZe coming down banana will run into the back of the Apeks formation. They're not currently checking their 6. Finnegan, of course, rarely leaving the round without a kill, will be on site to try and deny them, as well as Cadio. We've got N0 coming in as well. Finnegan gets chunked down by a beautifully placed grenade. I think forZe is going to be the difference maker here if they come in unattended to the back of the formation. Cadio is gone. And Cillian does get another. There is the flanker, and Zero coming in to hit. forZe gets missed. But Stiko and forZe, they barely got anything left. Stiko gets one anyway. And Zero, last one standing, has to look 2 ways at once. Stiko, the more dangerous of the 2. And they will lock down the kill. What a heartbreaker for AVANGAR.
Yeah, that is a massive loss. Allowing the players to get onto the side, but some good smokes from Apeks allowed them to get a lot more control closer to the side, to then find the frags, find the guns as well, to shut down AVANGAR in the round where it was looking like they will be able to get back into the game. Huge setback, although that said, AVANGAR, they stacked up enough economy to just straight up go for a rebuy. So let's see if they can get some early control. You can see they're still playing a lot more confident. forZe with the push, but nothing comes out of it.
Only a little bit of damage down. N0 is going to try and finish the job. Only finds 1. Not a good trade for AVANGAR. As we were talking about their economy starting to take flight, now it has taken a very distinct tumble. AVANGAR can't afford to give up weapons, but that's exactly what is happening. Cadio gone. Icy holds on to the AWP, but they have to be aware of how damaging it was for Nork to lose Apeks AWP before, and that's why AVANGAR are out of here.
Indeed they are, but Apeks, they know the situation, they know that AVANGAR should go for a save here. So they already are going for the hunt. They're coming in from behind. The players in library, with Apeks moving this fast, they probably have a good read on this. Icy though, with the AWP, should find a kill here. No! Smart quick peek coming through. Cillian finding Finnegan now as well. That is already bad news enough. Icy, even if he keeps the AWP, it's gonna give them a bit more of a shot in the next round, if he can even keep it.
gets a couple of kills before being dropped. I think, yeah, the last Apeks member just missing out, but it doesn't change. The Apeks are back to their winning ways. AVANGAR, a very brief stay in the spotlight.
Yeah, let's see how they buy up into the upcoming round. Finnegan is going quite deep into his money pool. He's buying down to 1.4k the rest. Make it all about the next round. I mean, Nog already sees the gun barrel. Tries to take a shot, but now with that, Icy's aware and quickly gets away.
AVANGAR, yeah, they still got that AWP. AWP is on the A site though, so won't be making too much of an impact. But AVANGAR, they're going through really aggressive. Don't manage to find anything for forZe. Finnegan does get the trade kill back. Knows that's a poisoned AK. They have gotten Zero to back them up from behind sandbags. And Cillian, it's always possible they end up walking right past here, especially if they follow Finnegan's path onto the site itself. Apeks moving down towards A again. As AVANGAR actually transition Icy up to B, this is going to be a disaster. Apeks, they're charging in. Cadio's the only one to try and stop them. Finnegan on their way as Icy finds Nork on the flank. This frees up the B site defenders to move to A, and they need to do it right now.
But Cadio flashed out as he drops down. That's the worst way to die here on the A side around pit. And that also means, although Icy showed some real confidence and get this pick for AVANGAR, the players on A can't hold them off long enough. But I like how they show some confidence here on the side of AVANGAR. Since they picked up those 2 rounds, they're playing a lot more aggressively, gained some information, gained some kills, just straight up challenging Apeks. And if they want to still have a shot at Inferno, that is definitely the way to go. The bomb is going to tick down. It's going to be 9-2 for Apeks here. But AVANGAR, last 4 rounds, if they get 3 of them, still a little bit of a chance. And they're going to save a double AWP setup into the next round as well, while having the money to buy up. So, slim chances are there.
Our Pinnacle odds continue to look not so good for AVANGAR. For our over 18s family, teb.gg/winter. Use the code WINTER22 to show that you've come from our competition and that their support of competitive CSGO is, of course, deeply appreciated. While AVANGAR have done well in those couple of rounds they've won, we are seeming like we're going to be turning back to an Apeks half again in the back half, as well as these opening 6 rounds.
Yeah, Apeks might go just push the smoke here. There's a player in the corner. Will they expect Finnegan to be there? Ooh.
forZe does get one back. AVANGAR, for the first time in a while, they're in the lead. As you point out from Apeks before, when things don't necessarily go the way they expect, they do start to lose efficacy. They have to now be worried about the AVANGAR players coming off of A site and onto them. In fact, AVANGAR on A, they're throwing out utility of their own, so maybe they're expecting Apeks to have turned around immediately.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to have read on this. Although, AVANGAR still having 2 players ready. Expecting the push on Zero, trading 1 for 1, so that keeps the player advantage on the side of AVANGAR.
Blind shot from forZe doesn't find anybody as a fire onto the site. forZe is waiting for forZe to show themselves, but Icy is coming in with Cadio from CT. We'll be moving up with Cadio to back up their sniper. Going out, forZe absolutely ready for them, switching to the pistol. Round the corner into forZe, who is not getting the shot. forZe with a 3-4K. Apeks locked down the round.
Yeah, great confident movement here by forZe to shut down AVANGAR and all their chances to get back into this game. 4 kills from AVANGAR with the timer. Well, that's quite late. Could have thought about that sooner. I mean, if you're down quite a few rounds in a row at the beginning, that's the best way to actually take a timeout when you're already down like 0-4, 0-5, as you can see at the top of your screen. 2 rounds for AVANGAR. And then they got shut down. Here we can see forZe again. Good kill here. Just switches to the Glock. Bit of extra mobility as well, just to get some information about like where the player is. And switches back to the AK to take the last 2 down.
Looking at the numbers, we can see here JCam with 12, forZe and Cillian both with 10 kills apiece. This is an Apeks team returning to their form from when we last saw them in the Pinnacle Series #1, making it all the way to the finals of AVANGAR. They are putting up a hell of a fight, but it's seeming like none of it matters. 4 in a row after the 6 in a row from before, but JCam does get blown up in the early going by an AVANGAR grenade, so they're now being forced to go super aggressive onto the A site. It's down to Icy and Cadio to try and hold them. Icy is ready. No, they're not. And Cillian is dropped immediately onto the last remaining member. Cadio gets one and then traded. N0 in from the back of site. Grabs hold of 3. And there's the streak gone just before we move to the end of half.
Yeah, 2 more rounds to go in the pistol, and there's a slim chance for AVANGAR to get back. Important pickup, and especially important rotation by N0 here to come through that fast. Usually, AVANGAR's biggest problem is as soon as Apeks committed towards the side, the players on site couldn't hold them off long enough. And it seemed like this was the case here again, but N0 on the quick rotation, already smelling that something is going wrong on A, was there, was ready, gets the 3K and carries the round for AVANGAR.
That's what we love to see, especially from a team that's this far behind, is that they're still confident in their play, and Cadio going to be able to help prop up the AVANGAR morale coming close to the end. 2 more rounds to go, including this one. AVANGAR with a chance to change the story just that little bit if they can lock down these 2 rounds.
And the cat flash coming through, but there's a player playing anti-flash. Finnegan is going to get the trade.
Stiko opening up A, unless Icy's got something to say about it, but they will be going face to face, and now they don't have a face anymore. Last member standing, N0, gonna come in and do what it takes again to recover the round. 1 versus 3. Does find that 1. Now it's gonna be charging through the smoke, looking for Stiko, who is very low indeed. Gets out the molly at exactly the wrong time, and Apeks take the round.
Yes, Stiko played this damn well around the boxes, just sneaking around, 8 HP, 1 hit, and he would have been dead, but unspotted, and N0 didn't expect him to be there at all, and that, in the end, was his downfall, because the way he played this, and the way the timing worked for him, if he finds Stiko there, that's definitely a round AVANGAR still can pick up and stay in the game, but with this now picked up by Apeks, and going up 11-3, potentially even 12-3, yeah, the chances of AVANGAR aren't really existent anymore, considering how the game went in general. Apeks, even in close runs, they just seem to be a step ahead. Even when AVANGAR finds these early kills, they still have a rough time to deal with the squad of Apeks.
Finnegan and N0, they're both up on 11 kills each, so they have been doing very well for the squad as another grenade lands and Cillian is sent scattering back, barely alive. AVANGAR, they look like they might actually be able to at least take this last round and a half, but I think you're right. The damage has been done in the early going. Apeks have been so ridiculously dominant that AVANGAR, it's going to be tough even thinking about what they need to do in the second half to win.
Apeks leaving Sticker on the lurk on A again. AVANGAR kept guessing. Even if it's just 1 smoke, the problem is they always had such a hard time to deal with the utility of Apeks. Cillian gets the op, down to 8 HP. Actually,
Apeks?
6 HP.
It looks like they're still trying to keep AVANGAR guessing, but with the 2-2 split across sites, They've got to make a commit. They're running out of time.
Indeed, do. They want to force rotation right now. 15 seconds. forZe needed this kill desperately, but the rest moving on A. The bomb is dropped. Icy just won them the round.
Yeah, time has run out. Icy gonna step further forward. There's nowhere for Brazilian to go but into the guns of Icy. And AVANGAR, it may not mean it's as much as it could have, but at least they win out the final round of the half, 4-11. To go into our second half, of course. Love for you to check out our name partner Pinnacle, teb.gg/winter, the code winter22 for our over 18 viewers. Please do bet responsibly and only with money you can afford to lose. But Sanctuary, AVANGAR coming into this half, do you think they still have any hope?
Not really. In the way Apeks has played, they just always have the edge. Even rounds where they come in with a slight disadvantage, they mostly were winning those. Now they're already playing aggressive in this pistol round. It gives a bit of an opener for AVANGAR to go towards the B side if they want to commit to it now. But the problem is the bomb is actually still dropped down as well. So Apeks finding 2 early kills here. In a 5 versus 3 where AVANGAR didn't have the bomb to commit towards the B side, it's just actually the point where the round is already over right when it began.
And this is what we saw from our first half. AVANGAR losing out and then just conceding the ground. 3v5. Looks like they will be trying something. They've still got the resources to be able to potentially overwhelm the site. forZe is lurking over at B, seeing if anyone comes out of Banana. Icy and Finnegan going to be charging forward without N0. 12 kills for AVANGAR so far, one of their top fraggers. Finnegan going to be feeling out the way. We've got Stiko waiting just off site. And 2 more on the site itself. Finnegan needs to start moving a little bit quicker. forZe on the B side as well, going to start advancing, but Stiko finds Finnegan, and I have to think this one is done.
Yeah, Stiko is in such an annoying position to deal with, especially in the pistol round where you will not have the utility to smoke him off either. He's just waiting and chilling there, and he can rotate through library as well.
Icy, last one standing, did a lot of damage in this round, to be fair. But unfortunately, it's not resulted in any kills at all. Stiko picks up the 3rd. Apeks, they're off running towards the finish line, and AVANGAR don't look like they've got much chance of saying much about it.
Yeah, indeed. In the end, it's all coming down to them just having the edge on Mirage, and it is also a map Apeks can play quite well, but it's also the pick of AVANGAR. So looking at this game, it might be 4-12, but I think there were quite a few rounds where AVANGAR just didn't look as confident on Inferno, where in Mirage it might just look a bit different for them, and they can actually find these rounds and make the game a lot closer. So wouldn't count them out of this best of 3 just yet, although I would generally expect a 2-0 from Apeks and wouldn't be surprised. I also know AVANGAR, they could still show up on the next map, so right now it's all about just gaining some confidence against Apeks.
Here come AVANGAR onto the site, locking down the first kill. Walk off site as Cadio doing a real nice job of lighting the fires of hope just a little bit more. Finnegan with a nice grenade takes out Ancillion. And now Apeks are down to 2. They certainly did not expect this coming in. The plan is good. Noak, of course, has much better ability to blind fire than AVANGAR will. Finnegan staying still way back off of sight. Definitely going to be needed from AVANGAR. As there's 2v2 on the site itself. JKM pops up and over. The bomb is ticking down. Cadio is waiting. Finnegan. It's going to be the difference maker. They have to be. Finnegan gets 1. Time is almost out. JKM getting baited into taking the shot, but no. AVANGAR, I think they've done it. Finnegan just popping out again, saying you cannot afford to go for the defuse. And everyone gets exploded at the end. AVANGAR into the half a ton quicker. As we get into the second half, of course, we'll let you guys know about the stream cards which are going on right now on the stream. Please go check them out. You can make predictions about upcoming rounds and compete against the other players. New single player mode coming in as well to get you started even faster. And certainly AVANGAR, as I said, getting started a ton faster here in the second round. What a performance, man.
Yeah, good start. All of that said, it's still not looking good for them. Apeks just gonna have this one-off round. They're gonna go for force. That means AVANGAR might still get a few rounds in a row. But as soon as the buy round for Apeks is gonna come in latest there, I don't see AVANGAR winning anything anymore. And this one should be rather easy for them. forZe getting picked off very quickly. Now maybe he's able to deal some damage, but the answer, nope, he's not. The bomb plant is gonna come down very quickly.
Alright, AVANGAR, this is the kind of confidence we need to see from you if you're gonna be making your way back in. No kills at all from Apeks side of things. Maybe, just maybe, they start to doubt themselves a little bit coming into their next round where, let's see, actually look at the money in the bank right now. Maybe Apeks don't come out swinging.
Yeah, definitely not. Next round is going to be an eco for them. That's why they also want to hold up onto those deagles. And JCam is trying his best to do so. He gets the kill on forZe here as well. Bob is almost ticking down fully, and it doesn't look like the ICE wants to re-challenge JCam here. There's like, fine, okay, we understand. We leave you alone for now. We're gonna keep those guns to ourselves, and you keep your deagle. But it also allows Apeks to play around these and deal a bit more damage. Maybe even just pick up a gun, even if you don't take the round. AVANGAR should go up 7-12 here. It's all about the next round, where Apeks definitely is gonna come back into it and run away with the victory when the buy rounds happens. But for now, this should be another round for AVANGAR.
Alright, AVANGAR, keep your heads up, keep on moving. Here in our first game of our first series of the day. Both these teams are looking to try and stay alive in the competition. Both of them, 1 and 2. Definitely. For any of our late coming viewers, Apeks returning finalists. Never expected to see them here. And Cillian, though, was never expected to see N0 and knock them out immediately.
And I also like that Apeks here is not buying deep into it, but still a bit of utility use, like the smoke from Nock to slow them down on the B tag, although it didn't slow them down that much. Sticker grabbing another kill gives the chance to Apeks to actually do something, do some damage in this round. The bomb is still dropped around stairs, while AVANGAR's on side, dropping the bomb back there. That's gonna give so much time for Apeks to set themselves up.
It does mean Cillian is going to be able to swipe that AK from the kill they got before and now start moving up the AVANGAR flank. The plant is coming in. Apeks, much better equipped than they were before. They're stacking up, they're moving forward. Stiko comes through, and another kill for Apeks. Kenyo trades it back. But now we've got a much better equipped Apeks squad, and they clean up AVANGAR of all the rounds burnt for that to happen.
Yeah, but there's also AVANGAR to blame themselves. Although I think one of the players, I think forZe, timed out there because he was facing the wall. And yeah, normally you do that to play some kind of anti-flash, but at the same time you kind of know, okay, Apeks doesn't have a lot of flashes, so the tactical pause coming in there was quite unfortunate too. But at the same time, it would have been an easy round for AVANGAR either way if they would have just taken the bomb with themselves. But instead, they still had it around stairs, and when they took all the speed control, they still had to take all this time to get back from B towards the stairs, towards back onto the B side. And that gave so much time to Apeks to find the rotation for Cillian to actually pick up the AK he took away from one of the players earlier already. All this could happen just because AVANGAR left the bomb towards T-spawn and it didn't take it towards B right away. Biggest issue in this round, else AVANGAR would have won it quite easily, and now Apeks steal away the round, and they are going to make sure that they finish this game as early as possible.
All right, while we wait for things to get back underway, we would invite you, gentle viewers, to check out some of our partners before things get back on track. World of Esports, just below the stream, a fantasy league there, including a league built entirely around the Pinnacle Winter Series number 2. So you can go across there and create your own team. We've already mentioned the stream cards from before. Of course, our friends from Xtrify, the peripheral manufacturers for all your peripheral needs, and even customizable mice as well. So, back to the game itself. 13-6. Let's get things on the way again. For AVANGAR, if it all came down to a technical hiccup, which has put the game back in Apeks control, I mean, that's going to be a heartbreak that's hard to bear.
Yeah, forZe now already getting taken down early on. Apeks back on a bye after winning the round. The nades stealing much more damage as well, adding insult to injury. This game is over very soon. Considering that it's a bye as well, as soon as AVANGAR loses this round, there's nothing left for them as well. So Apeks just gonna go on to map point. JCam here making sure that this is gonna happen. And even now you can see the bomb dropped towards T-spawn yet again.
Oh,
it's
no.
the same thing. It's the same. I mean, I know they're running the default. The thing is, at some point they realize, okay, we have to commit towards the side. But the problem is that the bomb is still so far in the back. So overall, like, it makes sense that they drop it. But then when they decide to commit, it just seems like they forget that when they commit and find these gaps, they still need to take the bomb.
We have at least got Finnegan moving up with the bomb as the A site push is on the cards. Apeks there though with 3 members in defense. This is gonna have to be some kind of miracle play for AVANGAR. Cadio creates the first part. forZe trades back. Nork is still alive as Finnegan is on the site making the plant. Nork is not going to be dealable with right now as JChem comes in through mid. Finnegan really needs to pick them off immediately to make this into a remotely even round. They find the shot. JChem is still alive. No! Finnegan pushes through. Now 1v1. Nork is looking the wrong way. Finnegan does it!
Yeah, if anyone then Finnegan, what a great round by him, isolating both of the players and finding individual one-by-ones, which he one-on-ones, which he wins. Just also hitting a very, very good timing on his side. And AVANGAR, they're gonna stay in the game for now, and that's also one of those rounds which just gains you a lot of confidence, not even just for this map, but also for Mirage. So it's very, very important. And also that AVANGAR, I loved how they played this. Although, like, of course they did the same mistake. They committed towards the bomb site A, but they didn't fully commit. They actually pushed up as far as they could, and then didn't make a sound until the bomb was coming in. So when they were striking, the bomb this time was ready already, while AVANGAR was just holding some ground to make sure they keep the positions around short and check. And now I see also finding an early kill. This is a force buy by Apeks. They lose this. They are shut down completely, and it's going to be 9-13 in favor of AVANGAR. So it's very important to win this round, a key round for them to still have some slim chances.
Oh my gosh, JChem completely shuts down B. Icy can't see their target, and that means Apeks just got re-equipped. N0 onto the site though means the plant should at least be good. But we've now got a re-equipped Apeks coming in for the 2v2. JChem, one of the top fraggers on the squad, as Ceylon as well. This is gonna be a fight for the back half of this game. In this round, this is where everything swings.
Indeed it is. JChem down to 22 HP. Icy finds the frag. That is the round done and dusted. AVANGAR keeping themselves in the game. Confident early play. This time they also kept the bomb mobile and on Icy's back. Then while he was on the B side, could rotate towards A much more quickly too, without needing to go the extra way to pick up the bomb again. Both of the players on the side of AVANGAR, Icy and N0, can keep their guns, while JChem is allowed to take over an AK into the next round as well. Although that said, that's the only gun Apeks is gonna have in that round, because they need to go for an eco round right now. AVANGAR will surely go up 9-13.
Wow, they're starting to make us believe it's just a little bit. Apeks, of course, this is their map pick. We would expect them to win for multiple different reasons. AVANGAR at least going to be giving us the impression that this series is a hell of a lot closer than it would have been based on that first half. 4-11 as AVANGAR come in. No shenanigans to be found. JChem with the one gun for the squad does pick up the AVANGAR member on the backside, but they are dropped in turn. Apeks
left out in the field with just forZe looking to fish for the shot, and they will be found immediately. I don't know if Apeks even make it out with any salvage from this round.
Yeah, they could. I don't think they got thrown out of the map. They could maybe find this AK JCam had earlier, but then Zero. That's why he is positioned more aggressively around Banana, lurking, cutting off any kind of rotation, but also trying to deny Apeks any gun pickup. So let's see if Apeks, I mean, they're surely gonna try for it. They have nothing to lose. AVANGAR at the same time, they're very, very scared here. They have the time to play with. And Apeks, and even if they like get some more time right now, they will stay on the B side. It changes nothing for AVANGAR to just make sure here to clear every angle out. So it's not that bad for them to just really rather be safe than sorry, as the plant is gonna come in any moment now. They're still a bit scared. They're scared about the player peeking out now. Siko goes for the push. And Zero
stepping away for a second. We'll find the last members of Apeks fishing for weaponry. Nork is almost dropped, but yeah, I think it's a testament to just how much these rounds are meaning to AVANGAR as they come after Nork to end the round. I don't know, I'm still really anticipating Nork grabbing another kill here, just from what we've seen so far.
Oh.
Gets hit from the side, AVANGAR playing out slow and steady, but Finnegan finishes off the job, and AVANGAR off to the races with 3 in a row.
Yeah, if Nork gets the kill on Finnegan there, that would have been a bit more scary, because then he can actually run away with an AK in his hands, because there was no more player coming in from the CT spawn. Apeks deciding to go for a timeout. Definitely well-timed timeout, and even though AVANGAR, they have been looking more dominant on the T side right here, and they have shown some confidence, you just feel like Apeks, they are the more experienced team. They have some very, very strong individual players, and it just also seemed like in a lot of those rounds, they just have these slight edges. They just need to find into their CT health, and then as soon as they do so, and it might as well be in this buy round right now, they should come back into it. That said, AVANGAR still have a good shot at winning this round, but it's still, even then, if they win this round and Apeks goes back to a semi-buy and then back to a buy round, even then, it's still Apeks in the lead anyways. So AVANGAR picking up this round doesn't mean anything just yet, although they would come a lot closer. The Apeks utility, that is fairly low. Nog with a defuse kit, the rest of the players, low on utility, only Jakim and Necillion fully bought up. So that's going to be the issue for Apeks coming into this.
AVANGAR charging onto site, they get 2 kills.
No.
Oh no, apologies, of course. It's a one kill apiece, not the ideal situation for AVANGAR. Such an important round to keep the momentum going. And Cillian taking a little bit of damage, but forZe picks up 1. AVANGAR still charging onto site, where they will clear the ground. And Cillian and JChem both grabbing a kill. forZe, last one there. The plant has not been made for AVANGAR. This could have been their 4th in a row. forZe, your team needs you more than ever. Gets 1 kill. The bomb is right there, up against the top fragger of Apeks. Are you faster? Have you got the nerve? JChem says never, and make sure Apeks get back into the half.
Oh, wow. forZe, he was so confident coming into this round, and he has shown that how strong he can be in games before. But in the end, it's just not enough. AVANGAR giving Apeks a lot of opportunities to just pick up some kills. Sikiri also with an interesting buy. He's just going for Kevlar and pistol. Not even buying deep into this one, just in case that AVANGAR is somehow gonna sneak through around, because the money situation is still good on their side, but Apeks, they want to move up to map point. Nokia getting a lot of control in apps. Kedio, he should fall. And that's an AK picked up by Sticker, so the buy pretty worth for him.
AVANGAR are losing momentum as they have been before.
5 rounds in this half, 2-3. That ratio no longer going to work for Vanguard at all. Icy does get at least a kill back under their belt, but it's cold comfort indeed. We have got Naught coming back onto the B site as a Vanguard move forward. Utility is not there, and that means Naught can see them right away. We'll have that last piece out of the pocket. A Vanguard, if they're gonna make a play, it's got to be here and now. Naught does miss the shot, and that's gonna be worth something. But the rest of Apeks are coming. A Vanguard, they've got to make their move, or they're gonna be vastly outnumbered on B.
Yeah, that's the biggest issue. They had such a good shot with Nog missing his, but now they take so long that there's not really a chance for them. Even though they still have the option to rotate back, Sticker is now so deep into Apps, they might not expect him. So all they can get out of this is most likely just getting a refrag onto Sticker, especially in this angle where it's even going to be hard to refrag him. So AVANGAR, in this round, yeah, 15 seconds left. It's lost. They gave it up. They played too slowly. Yes, you're on a disadvantage, but they're on B. When Nog misses his shot, you just gotta go for it. You just gotta try, because else there's no chance for you at all in Sticker. He might even get the kill post round. That is rough.
Icy does at least stay alive with the AWP, but for Vanguard moving on to game point, this is not where they wanted to be. It didn't even seem like it was where they were going to be. Apart from that one round that will stick with them for a long time. Round 23, where it all went to hell. But it could have been the Vanguard comeback. But instead, they're now fighting off the end of the game. Apeks charging with a full head of steam against the Vanguard with just that AWP. It's a pretty friggin' big art. Finnegan is dropped immediately. Icy is almost gone as well, and it's seeming like a Vanguard are more or less done fighting out of a corner.
Yeah, definitely done here. That's going to be the win for Apeks and Zero. Even down, he had no money at all coming into this round. $0. Couldn't even get a flash or anything due to dying after the time has run out, and Sticker is taking him down. That was massive. That sealed the deal for sure. And now with this, AVANGAR, obviously they're gonna try their best, but it's very due. Apeks has to set up, and Zero desperately needed to get something here with the peak, but can't. And Apeks, they're just chilling. They're waiting. They know what's up. They know AVANGAR has nothing left and need to make the move. So they're just waiting for AVANGAR to run into their doom.
There's certainly a sense of inevitability hanging over this map. And yeah, AVANGAR, they seem like they've lost their fire a little bit. They're not trying for anything. Though saying this, we will see the transition across the A site. Nok will be waiting in the cubby. Oh no, waiting. Sorry, with Stico in the cubby, my apologies. Apeks, though, they give no apologies to AVANGAR. Icy, again, not managing to land the shot that could have turned the round before. But now it seems like a hollow attempt. And Zero last one standing as Apeks finish things off. AVANGAR made us believers just long enough to get knocked down.